Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Logic Medico. Today's topic MCQs in ENT Year Part 3. Paraacousis Wilsey is characteristic of chronic suppurative otitis media, Meniere's disease, otosclerosis or acoustic neuroma. So time starts now. Your time is up. Answer is otosclerosis. It is a condition in which the person around the footplate of stapes there is excess amount of bony deposit or ossification which happens, thereby the footplate cannot move in and out of the cochlea more efficiently. So that is called as paraacousis Wilsey. It's a symptom in which the person hears better in a noisy environment, because obviously in the noisy environment we shout or we speak at a loud tone, so the person with otosclerosis will be able to hear better only in noisy environment. Come to the next question. An emotional reaction, most often it's anger or rage to a specific sound, is called as misophonia, hyperphonia or dysphonia or hypophonia. Your time starts now. Your time is up. Answer is misophonia. It's a symptom complex in any patient who is having anger, anxiety, depression or maniac episodes, or even in autism. It's called as misophonia, where they are very sensitive to some specific sounds. They will show a huge variety of emotional reaction. Okay. Next, coming to the next question. Question number 3. Pink reflex through intact tympanic membrane in active otosclerosis is known as what sign? Schwabach sign, Schwartz sign, Lyris sign, Chostek sign. The time starts now. Your time is up. Answer is Schwartz sign. It is a sign in which we can make out that there is an active otosclerosis, where we can make out a pink reflex through the tympanic membrane. So that is a sign of active otosclerosis. It's called as Schwartz sign. Okay. Come to the next question. This pure tone audiometric graph is characteristic of, options are hyperacousis, presbyacousis, hypoacousis or paraacousis. Your time starts now. Time is up almost. Answer is presbyacousis. So this presbyacousis is a condition which happens in old age, wherein we can make out here both the ears, the hearing is dipping down, okay, with increasing frequency. Both ear conduction and bone conduction in both the ears are reducing, especially the ear conduction. Okay, so that is sensorineural hearing loss which happens in age is called as presbyacousis. Okay, coming to the next question, number 5. Triad of Meniere's disease are all except, options are episodic vertigo, ear discharge, hearing loss, tinnitus. Your time starts now. Your time is up. Answer is ear discharge won't be there in Meniere's disease, because the Meniere's disease is a disease of inner ear. Okay, so ear discharge won't come in the inner ear disease. Okay, the vertigo definitely will be there. Hearing loss, because inner ear carries the organ of corti and nerve from it, vestibulocochlear nerve, and tinnitus obviously is an inner ear symptom. Ear discharge is not a symptom of Meniere's disease or doesn't belong to the triad of Meniere's disease. Okay. Next question. Identify the pointed area in the picture. Options: pars tensa, handle of malleus, cone of light or pars flaccida. Your time starts now. Your time is up. Answer is pars flaccida. This portion above this anterior and posterior malleolar fold above the handle of malleus, this portion is called pars flaccida. The rest of the tympanic membrane is called as pars densa. This yellowish colored area, this area is handle of malleus, and here anterior inferior quadrant we can make out cone of light. Okay. Next question. Identify the type of tympanogram of otosclerosis. Options are: is it type AD, type A, type AS, or type B, or type C? These are the options. Your time starts now. The time is almost up. Okay. And this type AS, this is the graph. You can make out this type A is normal. Okay. You can make out in otosclerosis the graph is diminished. That is signifying that there is a hearing loss, conductive hearing loss. So this type AS is classical of otosclerosis because of diminishing in the conduction. Okay. Next question. Identify the pointed structure in the figure. Okay. Options are tympanic plexus, chorda tympani, nerve to tensor tympani, or tympanic nerve. These are the options. Your time starts now. Your time is almost up. Answer is chorda tympani. This is the facial nerve. It's giving a branch which is going across the tympanic membrane like a cord or a string of a guitar. So it's called as chorda tympani. The other option, tympanic plexus, will be there on the medial wall. Tympanic plexus. Nerve to tensor tympani will be there next to the handle of malleus. But tensor tympani not shown here. Tympanic nerve, there is nothing like that. Okay. Next question. A common presentation in Parkinson's disease is. Your options are misophonia, hyperphonia, dysphonia, hypophonia. The time starts now. Your time is almost up. Answer is hypophonia. Parkinson's disease is a disease of nervous system where dopamine is lowered. Okay. So the person will have akinesia or decreased in initiating movement, dyskinesia, disordered movement. It's an involuntary movement in which tics will be there, abnormal movement like tremor will be there. That is called as dyskinesia. You also have rigidity, that is inability to bend these muscles of the arm or back, so the back will be stiff, arm and the legs will be stiff, so associated movements of the body won't be there. Same thing applies for even the laryngeal muscles. Therefore laryngeal muscles goes to the spasm and it won't function efficiently. The person will have a soft voice, so they'll have a soft spoken voice. That's called as hypophonia, soft spoken voice in Parkinson's disease. Okay. Next question. Earliest reflex to be lost in acoustic neuroma is. Options are stapedial reflex, laryngeal reflex, pharyngeal reflex, corneal reflex. Your time starts now. Your time is almost up. Okay. Answer is corneal reflex. Acoustic neuroma is a tumor of the 8th cranial nerve tumor. It's also called vestibular schwannoma. Okay. In this 8th cranial nerve is definitely involved. Okay. They will have sensorineural type of hearing loss. The first nerve to be, the tumor extends and the first nerve to be involved is 5th cranial nerve or the trigeminal nerve. It has got 3 divisions: ophthalmic, maxillary and mandibular. Ophthalmic division supplies the cornea. So whenever you take a cotton and put by the edge of the cornea, there should be a blink response, so that will be lost. That is called corneal reflex lost. Subsequently the person will also lose his stapedial reflex, then he will lose laryngeal reflex and pharyngeal reflex, which is supplied by 10th cranial nerve. So acoustic neuroma or vestibular schwannoma, the first reflex to go is the corneal reflex, which is involvement of 5th cranial nerve. Move to the last bonus question. What kind of speech is this? Your time starts now. Options: hyponasal speech, normal speech, dysarthria, hypernasal speech.
So this is hypernasal speech, where you couldn't understand what the person spoke because majority of the voice was coming from the nose. He was telling hello, how are you, but he was not able to understand. That's called hypernasal speech. It happens in velopharyngeal incompetence, where the soft palate fails to close the pharyngeal isthmus, the junction between nasopharynx and oropharynx, completely. Thereby, the person's voice is coming more from the nose than from the mouth. That is called as hypernasal speech. It happens in soft palate lesions like cleft palate and short soft palate and velopharyngeal incompetence following a palatal surgery. All this will be there. Okay. So this is called hypernasal speech. Kindly like and share this video with your family and friends. Subscribe and press the bell button. Okay.